Our next guest is Magician John Frazzini with Magic Zone. Don't make me disappear yet. Wait till we're finished.
Okay.
Although some people would like me to disappear now. What is Magic Zone?
Well, Magic Zone is my company, and I perform magic.
Okay, that
and I
makes
perform
sense.
magic for many different kinds of groups.
All right. And, well, tell us about Magic Zone. I mean, you do what type of things in this Magic Zone?
Well, I do children's shows.
Okay.
And I do senior citizens' homes.
All right.
I do nonprofit fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty much a children's stage performer, if you think of it that way.
Okay.
I don't do a lot of sleight of hand. It's mostly to entertain children.
Okay, and we'll see some of those in a moment. I know
Yeah.
you brought some tricks with you.
Yep.
Magic tricks with you. How long have you been a magician, and what got you involved in that?
Well, I started in 1972, so it's been a while.
Okay.
And I guess it all came about because I was a minor in speech and dramatic arts in college. And I was in many plays off-Broadway and summer stock type of performances. And then once a family came along, as you know, it's very hard to carve out time for the rehearsals and the amount of time it takes to be in the theater.
Right.
And so I wanted to find a venue that I could use my talents and at the same time, you know, not impact the family life. Well, magic provides me where I schedule myself, I have my own rehearsal times, I don't have to rely on other people and other rehearsal times. So that's sort of, I found that as a good way for me to pursue the entertainment side.
Okay. So when you go there, do you ask the children what they want to see? Do you have a set performance that you go in with, and you vary it from different groups depending on whether they're adults or children? So you tailor,
definitely
to
vary
that.
it. Yes, but I talk with the if it's a children's party or an event, I talk with the event organizer or parents, and I find out what it is that a little information about their child.
Okay.
Is she going to be 8 years old? Is he 10? Because as we look at the different age groups of the attendees of the show, you can do different things. I like to tease them and say, well, the older the kids are, the more body parts get cut off. So you get to teenagers, you have to make it something interesting. So all of a sudden, there's a lot of, you know, cutting them in half and things like that. You don't do that with a 5- and 6-year-old group. So by knowing the group you're going to, that structures the show to some degree, and then there is a sequence. So there's an opening, an ending, and a middle. Like any other speech, there's a beginning, ending, and middle. So there's sucker tricks. These are tricks where the kids think they know, they've captured the magician.
Yes, yes.
And then the magician turns the tables on them at the last minute, and they go, oh.
I love it.
That's built into the show, and early on, like the second trick, because the whole idea is to get the kids to say, this guy's got some skills, I better pay attention to him. It's pretty structured when I go in, and I already know what I'm going to do.
And do you get them involved? You were saying, I mean, you give them that kind of wow factor, but is it an interactive kind of performance that you do with them?
Absolutely. In fact, there's two forms of interactive. There's interactive where I invite them to the stage or performing area, and they actually get a costume put on them, or they participate in some form physically with the magic. Or it's a group participation where they all are participating on some form, whether they're all raising their hands, they're all clapping, they're all doing something to make the magic happen, so to speak.
Okay, so speaking of magic, can we see a few of your tricks of trade?
Sure. Okay. So I would do for a children's show, I would take something like a rope and a ring.
Yeah.
The rope goes in the ring like that, and I would just pull the rope through the ring so that it's secured on the ring.
Okay.
Then I would tell the children that I discovered that if I pull these two ropes, the ring goes up like an elevator, first floor, second floor, third floor.
Okay.
Then I might say something like, however, this ring has an attitude. Do you know what an attitude is? And the kids go, yes.
Oh, yeah?
Have you ever had an attitude? And that's when the parents jump in. Say, yes. And I go, this ring has an attitude because it actually likes it on the roof of the building, but the elevator only goes to the top floor. So when the elevator gets to the top floor, the ring just jumps off the rope like that. So that's what we would have
Very
for,
cool.
That's called patter or story. I would tell that story when I'm doing it. Or I would tell another story. I would say, you know, what inspired me to be a magician was when I was 8 years old, my neighbor came over and he took a rope and he put it around my neck like this. And then he tied the rope around my neck. You got to do all the acting, right? And then he tied a knot in the rope and he said, I'm going to pull the rope through my neck and the knot's still going to be on the rope. I said, no. He said, yes. I said, no. He said, yes, I'm going to pull the rope through my neck and the knot will still be on the rope. Like
Oh my
that.
gosh. That is amazing. That is very cool. Okay.
I have one more.
Yeah,
Oh, you
let's
have
see
time.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. I do a
I
lot
could
of.
sit here all morning with you.
I do a lot of shows for 4 and 5 and 4 and 5 year olds, young, and I do this rope trick. And actually, you could be of help today.
Okay.
What you could do is help me because when I do this rope trick, I come to a part that they don't understand how to answer my questions, and so I had to come up with a reasoning, a logic that a 4 or 5 year old could understand. So I'm going to try it on you, and you tell me whether it works.
Okay.
I go. Let's count the ropes. Now, when they're 4 and 5, they can go 1, they can go 2, they can go 3.
Yep.
There's 3 ropes, and then I would ask them, are these ropes the same size? Now, even at 4 and 5, they know to say no, they're not the same size.
Exactly.
Okay. Here's where the problem is. I then ask them, how do you know they're not the same size? Well, at 4 and 5, they can't use a ruler, so they can't say this is so many inches,
Right.
you know, and
The
therefore less inches, it's different size.
Yep.
They don't know how to answer the question, how do you know that? So this is what I came up with.
Okay.
I said, if the 3 ropes, one end of them are in the same place like that, and the other 3 ends are in 3 different places, the ropes are different lengths.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then mostly they say yes. So I said, now if I can now continue because you understand that they were not the same size.
Right.
And you know why. So I take it like this and I go, now I can go on with the trick. And right then a little girl in the back raised her hand and said, Magician John, all the ends are in the same place. Does that mean all the ropes are the same length?
Oh.
Now I'm in trouble.
Okay.
This is exactly what I did. I snapped my finger once for each rope. And I said, yes, young lady, the ropes are all the same length. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3 ropes all the same length.
Oh my gosh.
Because all the ends are in the same place. However, if I were to put the ends in a different place like
Enough.
this,
You've confused me enough this morning.
I could say, really, the entire time we were doing this, there was 3 ropes. Oops, excuse me, I dropped them. A small, a medium, and a long rope.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Tell our viewers where they can go to find you, please.
You can find me on my website, macon-magic.com.
Okay. Make sure to put that dash in there.
Yes, macon-magic.com.
All right.
And you'll find me, and you'll find all my programs.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you, Nancy. It's great.
After the break, we learn more about local mental health centers, so please stay tuned.